Welcome to Her Confident Life, a podcast about breaking down walls and living your most confident life every single day. I'm your host, Robin Brown, writer, boutique owner, brand creator, entrepreneur, and mindset junkie. And I want to help you live confident too. Hey, you guys. Oh my gosh. So first, I apologize. I haven't done a podcast in a minute. The original plan was to drop an episode every 2 weeks, but not gonna lie, I totally dropped the ball. Not that you've been hanging on the edge of your seat waiting on me to show up, but still, I'm apologizing. Another truth, I can be a last minute kind of girl sometimes. I mean, in lots of areas, I really like to have things planned out, but in this area, these podcasts, sometimes it's tough for me to pick topics. The first 5 topics, they kind of flowed together because they were all about sort of introducing you to me and my why. But then I found myself thinking, I don't always want to talk about the serious stuff. And when I say serious stuff, I mean like anxiety, the depression, changing your mindset. Those are all kind of tough subjects and they're super, super personal. So I've been going back and forth in my mind about what to talk about because, and I don't know if this is going to make any sense at all, but in order for me to really dive into something for you guys, I need to be really, really feeling it. Like, I can't just decide that 2 weeks from now, I'm gonna, talk about the choices between belt or skinny jeans and why I like one over the other better. So, serious stuff. Today ain't gonna be much different. Well, it's serious for me anyway. So Monday morning, I woke up and I knew that I had a podcast to start working on, but I literally had no idea what I should talk about this time. I was having a conversation with my editor, and I just got to say, Cassidy is a genius on so many topics, and I will cry really ugly tears if she ever disappears from my life. Anyway, we were having a conversation about something entirely different than podcasts. We were talking about the boutique and Instagram. I had sent her a message and I begged for Insta help because this is just one of the areas that she happens to be genius in. You guys, social media is hard. Like, I could do a whole series of podcasts on social media and never run out of anything to say. So my main question to Cassidy was, why do I have just over 3,700 followers on Instagram, but each image only gets maybe 20 engagements? That's what totally led to a conversation in hashtags and then this podcast. She asked me a question that all boutique owners struggle with at some point. Who's your target customer? So things that you consider like her age, her hobbies, what does she do? And then she typed up a hashtag or two for me and my heart stopped. Just a little insider information before I go any further. My heart stopped because I immediately thought to myself, oh my gosh, but I'm not. She said, scrolling through your Instagram, I'd say you're a trendy mom for sure. That's what stopped my heart. And maybe it's hard for me to think of myself this way because Rob and I were never able to have kids. I mean, technically you could skip right over the mom part and put me at trendy grandma. But I'll get more into that in a few minutes. Back to my conversation with Cassidy because that's what led to this podcast. Like, you're not selling booty shorts for 21-year-olds. Okay, so that makes sense, and she's right. I opened up my Instagram and I looked at my insights. My followers' age ranges from 30 to 64. She said to me, the whole deal with making yourself the face of your boutique is that you want people who relate to you to shop with you. Let me repeat that in case you missed it. You want people who relate to you to shop with you. She said, a 19-year-old is going to look at your page and not see skimpy tight clothes and probably move on. But when a woman between 30 and 64 looks at your Instagram page, they're going to say, dang, she looks amazing. I'd look good in that too. And side note, thanks for saying that to me, Cassidy. So here I am. This is the real part. This is me being totally transparent with you. Y'all, I turned 57 years old back in January. Yep, 57. And the big truth bomb, the thing that I preach that you guys should do, but that I struggle with, the thing that I struggle with embracing, the thing that I'm coming totally clean on right now, is that I'm 57 years old. I don't know. Why do I have such a hard time with that? I really don't even know if I can give you an answer, or at least not one that's not going to go total zigzag line and ends up absolutely nowhere. And if you've ever had a conversation with me, you already know that I talk all zigzagged even on my best days. The truth is, my age has been a thorn in my side for years. Not kidding, years. In my mind, I feel like there has to be some sort of mistake on my birth certificate and that I can't possibly be 57 years old. Like, seriously, somebody fix this. I don't feel 57. I can remember back a few years ago, somebody asked me why I jumped ship from a super successful career to head straight into this boutique journey. Something entirely different than dog training, and even more so, why would I jump that ship and begin a new journey with another when I was at that age? When most people start thinking about winding down and maybe even retirement? That's a really good question. But I also kind of want to know, what exactly does at that age mean? And at that age wasn't just about my career. I've had people tell me that I need to wear my hair a certain way because I've reached that age. I've had people tell me that I shouldn't wear a certain something because I'm past that age. Or even that I shouldn't do a certain something because I'm at that age where you just shouldn't. I honestly don't get any of it. But let's be honest. Whether you're 30, 40, 50, 60, whatever, we're all gonna get older. But the thing is, you don't have to live older. And as a matter of fact, I refuse to. Why does society think that just because you reach a certain age, and I don't even know what age that is, you have to do things a certain way? I can tell you this. I've been bucking the rules since I was a little girl, and I don't see any good reason to stop now. But like Cassidy said, that doesn't mean that we should feel free to run around in booty shorts. But it also doesn't mean that you need to be frumpy and in a style rut. There's no denying it. A lot of changes in your appearance are going to start happening in your 40s, in your 50s, but you get to decide what you're going to do about it. Are you going to age gracefully? Whatever that might mean for you. I think for all of us, it's something different. Or are you going to fight the aging process? I like to think I'm a combination of the two, but if I'm honest, there's probably more of the fighter in me. But your appearance is a great communicator of who you are, your personality. And hopefully by now you've become a bit more comfortable in your own skin. One of the things I definitely was not when I was younger. And in all honesty, I'm still a work in progress. You know, I'm not so sure that that ever really goes away. I think we all just keep living, learning, and reaching new levels of comfortable. But you've probably heard me mention a gazillion times how not consistent I am with doing those lives, the Facebook lives for the boutique, and I'm not. Want to know why I'm not? Because I'm still a work in progress. You wouldn't believe the stuff that goes through my head. Getting ready for a live. Like, what if they laugh at me? What if they think, who the hell does she think she is? She's too old for this. What if they think I look like crap? What if they can tell I'm older? Oh my gosh. Seriously? What if they can tell I'm older? I am older. I remember when we first got River. I went live to talk about something boutique related. I was in the backyard and he was with me and I was struggling to get him on a potty schedule. Seriously, the dog would not poop. Of course, the live kind of got sidetracked with this super cute golden retriever puppy playing in the grass and everyone asking questions about him. Anyway, dogs are what I know best, and it was so frustrating for me that after a week, I couldn't figure out his poop schedule. It was so random. And I kind of joked about it while I was live, and I think I even said something about River being on a poop strike. And later that night, I went back, and because there was alerts on my phone about people that had tuned in later, and I went back to read the comments, and someone said, "All I see is some old lady that doesn't know about puppies." I'm assuming this person didn't know my previous career or that I had an education in dog behavior. And you'd think that the thing that would have ticked me off was the part about not knowing puppies, right? I mean, because I do. I went to school for it. If there's anything I dare anyone to challenge my knowledge in, it's dogs and their behavior. Nope. part that hit me, the only part I focused on was some old lady. You guys, I literally went into a panic. I am not old. So I'm not so sure exactly what I did after seeing that comment. I don't know. I probably told Karen I needed a drastic hair change, or maybe I drugged Nancy to Ulta to find a new magical skincare line. Maybe I told Rob I needed to go to the mall and do some serious retail therapy. I kind of wish I was live right now talking to you about all of this, because I really want to know if y'all feel me, or like, am I totally alone? I'm going to fight this every step of the way. But since I'm not live, I'm just going to go ahead and assume that there's someone, even just one, that gets me, okay? So let's face it, none of us are going to escape getting older. Our bodies are going to change. We'll see a few more laugh lines, stress lines, and things we think we need to cover up. But the important thing here is, how are you going to live through the process? Because even though I preach it, I haven't been living it. Oh my gosh. It was a ginormous reality check for me when Cassidy started talking about hashtags that I should consider and my target customer. I mean, I know I'm 57 years old, right? And when you see me either in person or pictures online, you also know I'm not in my 30s. And I don't lie about my age to anyone. But for some damn reason, I've had it in my head that I needed to at least appear younger. Or at the very least, make them wonder, I wonder how old she is. Ladies, I see my warrior lines. Yes, warrior lines. Because wrinkles is such an ugly word in my head. And those lines on my face tell a story. My story. And if you've gotten to know me at all, well, warrior lines is totally appropriate. But in a world obsessed with looks and youth, it's tough to escape the thoughts of leaving it all behind. Seriously. And honestly, when I stumble on a picture from 30 years ago, so my late 20s, I may have looked younger because I was, and what society might say is prettier because I was younger, but my smile was so not even genuine because I was so overwhelmed with self-consciousness and struggles. I mean, don't get me wrong, I am not telling you that I am not self-conscious now, because for sure I am. Not all the time, but there's situations, and I think most of that is from the way a huge chunk of my life was. And I honestly, truly believe that every single one of us still has our self-conscious moments, right? Since day one, I have been preaching to embrace you. To embrace all the life lessons, even the tough ones that you've lived through, because they've helped you become the person you are now. But you know what? Embracing you means all of you. Every single warrior line. Because the truth is, none of us, not any of us, can turn off the clock. I guess it's not that I don't practice what I preach entirely, but for some reason it's been stuck in my head that I needed to come off as younger, whatever the heck that means. Younger looking, younger hairstyle, younger skin. I honestly have no clue. I think a huge part of that comes from my life of always feeling like I had to live up to somebody else's thoughts of who and what I should be. And then I learned to put those pressures on myself, which I'm really good at. But I also think that jumping ship from my dog training career to this boutique journey has had something to do with it too. The truth is, all around me, most of my boutique owner friends are so much younger than I am. I'm talking by at least 25 years. And they are beautiful, beautiful women. Every single one of them. And somewhere in my head, I felt like I couldn't begin to compare to them. Like, why would anyone want to buy fashion from me? From my old self? But why was I comparing myself to them? Well, old habits are hard to break. You literally learn what you're taught, what you live. And for my entire life, I was always compared to all the other girls in school and even beyond school. So it's no surprise that I just continued to live that pattern. And instead of somebody else putting that pressure on me, I took the job on myself. I couldn't even think about going live unless I had all my makeup on and I could get the perfect lighting that helped me appear, I don't know, not 57. Take a selfie? Sure. but I need a Snapchat filter first. For real. Who did I think I was fooling? Nobody. Why did I feel like I had to do that? Again, because society places so much importance on a youthful appearance. We're bombarded by commercials that hit us in the face with magic products to fix this, that, and the other thing, or at least hide it really well. And I'm not lying, I've probably tried them all. Call me a rebel, break the mold, and hand me my two-piece bathing suit. I am not going to fall into those false beliefs about aging, and I am for sure going to start practicing what I preach out loud. Can we just all really start celebrating whatever age we're at? For me, that's 57. I mean, I'm thankful that I made it this far because let me tell you, there are plenty of times that the odds were stacked against me. A certain age definitely doesn't mean frumpy or boring. In fact, what makes any person old is how they act, how they think, how they feel. Age will always be a number. The number of trips around the sun God has graced me with. But it does not get to define my health, my personality, the clothes I choose to wear, or the style of my hair. And I don't want it to for you either. So let's have fun with it. Buy the clothes, laugh out loud, stop denying, that one's kind of for me, stop hiding, me also. Dare to embrace that inner 30-something, which, by the way, I wouldn't go back to for anything, and just go for it, whatever it is. As I record this podcast, it's Wednesday, May 1st. Yesterday morning, I posted a quote graphic on Instagram and Facebook on Her Confident Life. The words of Prada. It read, "Women always try to tame themselves as they get older, but the ones who look the best are often a bit wilder." I believe that wholeheartedly. I might be 57, but my warrior lines tell you that I'm 57. I just can't bring myself to comply with the weird rule that society places on us to look, act, or be your damn age. I honestly don't even know what that means. And something DeGeneres said once was, "Why do they say we're over the hill? I don't even know what that means, and why is it a bad thing? When I go hiking and I get over the hill, that means I'm past the hard part and there's a snack in my future." Can I get an amen? And seriously, anyone that knows me knows I love, love, love snacks. But seriously, the hard part is over. Now I've finally reached the part where I get to continue my journey into becoming who I'm really supposed to be without worrying about all that stuff you worry about earlier in your life. Why am I trying to hide that? Why am I trying to deny it? I've earned this spot. And starting today, I'm going to stop half-assing it and I'm going to practice what I preach 100%. Are you with me? So, all those things that I'm not supposed to be doing or wearing at this age can just exit stage left. I get to pick my label, and so do you. Hashtag aging gracefully. Hashtag love your age. Hashtag over 55 and freaking fabulous, even without filters. There you have it. Until next time, you guys.